As I glanced through my calendar, I realized today is the fourth day in the month of February. And on a day like this, we are called to raise awareness on cancer. So today is World Day of Cancer. There are different kinds of cancers that affect the human body. We have cervical cancer, we have cancer of the colon, cancer of the liver, just name any part of the body. And we have cancers affecting such part of the body. Hello everyone, welcome to this edition on BhodyGist. In this edition, we want to talk about what cancer is. On a day like this, we raise awareness on the prevention, early detection, and of course treatment of the different kinds of cancer. The aim of this is to reduce significantly the amount of illness and death that is caused by cancer. We'd like to take this moment to pray for all those who are suffering from one kind of cancer or the other. We pray for healing for you, and we pray for courage and strength to go through this time. I would also like to correct a misconception. Some people say that cancer is infectious or is contagious. Cancer is not infectious, or neither is it contagious. One thing is that some of the causes of cancer, depending on the type of cancer, can be is contagious. For example, if you have cervical cancer can be caused by a virus, which is the human papilloma virus, and this virus is known to be contagious. Some of the causes of liver cancer, let's say hepatitis is a virus which can also be transmitted from one person to the other, but that does not mean that the cancer itself is contagious. If you are just joining us on BhodyGist, I am Sister Ozo Augusta. Ensure that you click on the subscribe button so that you do not get missed out anytime we upload new videos. Do not go away. We'll be right back. Before I go, I say thank you to all our returning subscribers. When I was growing up in my secondary school days, we were taught in the basic science class that the cell is the structural and functional unit of the body. An aggregate of cells in the body, they make up tissues in the body. Aggregate of tissues that function together, they make up organs in the body. For example, the kidney. Aggregate of organs in the body, they make up the system of the body. For example, the digestive system, you have the mouth, you have the esophagus, you have the stomach, you have the small intestine, large intestine. All these make up the digestive system. Then aggregate of systems in the body, digestive system, the integumentary system, you have the muscular system, musculoskeletal system, skeletal system, and the muscular system. They all make up you and I, which is they make up our body, you and I. Now, what causes cancer, or what is cancer? Cancer is a disease that is caused when these cells divide or multiply uncontrollably, such that they spread to other parts of the tissues and organs of the body, causing damage. And this is as a result of a change in the DNA of these cells. So this is what is known to be cancer, a change in the DNA of the cells. When there is a change in the DNA, they multiply uncontrollably. The body is not able to control it, and they spread to other parts of the body, causing damage to whatever organ or structure they have spread. According to WHO, the World Health Organization, cancer is the leading cause of death in the whole world. And in 2020, there are about 10 million deaths. That is about 1 in 6 deaths caused by cancer. In 2020 also, there were about 18.1 million new infections, and 9.3 were men who were affected, and 8.8 were women who were affected with cancer. There are 4 main classifications of cancers. First, we have the carcinomas. Carcinomas, these are the most common type of cancers, the cancers that occur in the cervix, cancer, cervical cancer, cancer of the colon, cancer of the liver. These cancers occur on the skin and on the internal organs. They form tumors in the body. Then the second type of classification is the sarcomas. The sarcomas are cancers that occur in the tissues. These tissues support and connect the body organs, such as the cartilages, the bones, the nerves, the blood vessels. Then we have the lymphomas. The lymphomas are cancers that affect the lymphatic system. The lymphatic system helps us to fight infection, and the lymphatic system is made up of glands and vessels. And lastly, we have the leukemias. These are cancers of the blood. According to the American Cancer Society, breast cancer is the most occurring type of cancer, while lung cancer is the cancer that has killed people more. In 2022, the report that was given is that lung cancer killed about 600,000 people, and there were about 1.9 million new cases that were gotten that year. Breast cancer is the first type of cancer that occurs more, followed by lung cancer. Then we have the colorectal cancer, we have prostate cancer, and the fifth type of cancer that occurs more is the stomach cancer, with high figures of new cases recording each year. What are the causes of cancer? First, you should know that some of the causes of cancer are unknown. It's idiopathic, it just occurs. Then another thing is smoking, excessive smoking. Remember I said that one of the leading cause of death is cancer of the lung. So smoking causes cancers of the lung. Then excessive consumption of alcohol. If you expose yourself too much to ultraviolet radiation from the sun, it can lead to cancer of the skin. Then some of these cancer cells are embedded in the gene of individuals, so it is also genetic. Then being overweight can predispose one to cancer. And of course, infection. I have talked about hepatitis virus that can cause cancer of the liver. I've also talked about human papilloma virus that can cause cancer of the cervix. So all this can predispose one or cause one to have cancer disease. What are the signs and symptoms of cancer? Remember that there are various types of cancers affecting the human body. So the signs and symptoms I want to mention are not limited to a particular type of cancer. I've given it a general acronym which I call CAUTION. CAUTION. This CAUTION is for the different signs and symptoms people who have different types of cancer will be experiencing, so it is not limited. CAUTION. That is caution. C stands for change in bladder or bowel habits. Remember I said that it depends on the type of cancer the person is having at that particular time. So a change in the bladder or bowel habits, the way the person visits, urinates or visits the toilet will change. It's either there's an increased frequency or a reduced frequency. Then A stands for a sore that never heals. Depending on the part of the body this cancer is affecting. Let's take for example breast cancer. Of course, you know that there's going to be discharge and there's going to be sore. This sore will never heal. It will keep deteriorating if treatment is not given immediately. Then you have unusual bleeding or discharge. Let's go back to our breast cancer again to begin with bleeding or discharge that is unusual. And if it is cervical or uterine cancer, that means that there is going to be an increased bleeding or discharge. This bleeding will keep, the quantity will increase. Then T stands for thickening or lump in any part of the body. If it is the breast, you're going to feel thickening or lump or tumor or on any part of the body. And I stands for indigestion or difficulty in swallowing. The person might experience indigestion or when the person wants to swallow. Then because this is also depends on the type of cancer. Then O stands for obvious warts or mole. Remember that wart is caused by human papilloma virus that causes cervical cancer. Then N stands for nagging cough or hoarseness of the voice. Then there are other types of symptoms the person might still experience. There might be pain, fatigue, loss of weight, jaundice, which has to do with yellowish discoloration of the skin. Then just name them. The person feels different kinds of symptoms depending on what type of cancer the person has. And also, a person might have 2 or 3 types of cancer existing in the body at a particular point in time. How do we prevent ourselves from having cancer? Number 1 I would like to mention is healthy diet, adequate meals. Our foods give us the nutrients we need and it helps us to fight any invading infection. Keep away from junk food and highly processed food. Junk food can also predispose us to having cancer because of the processes of preparing this food and preserving this food. Then physical exercise, healthy exercise, physical workout. Let us engage in this. This keeps our body and mind in good shape. Let us keep away from smoking, primary smoking, secondary smoking. Let us keep away from all this because all this predisposes us to having cancer. Then let us keep ourselves from sunburns, ultraviolet rays, because ultraviolet rays to also predispose us to cancer. So we should keep ourselves protected from this. Then vaccination. Remember that human papilloma virus can be prevented through human papilloma virus vaccine. Hepatitis virus can also be prevented if we take hepatitis vaccine. All these vaccines are available for us to get. Let us avoid risky sexual behaviors. This can predispose us to coming down with sexually transmitted infections that cause cancer. If you are not married, you know that abstinence is the key, right? Then personal hygiene. Personal hygiene helps you to maintain an hygiene that keeps you away from infections that can cause, mostly infections of the reproductive tract that can lead to cancers. Then those of us who mostly women who wash their vagina with soap, you know that vaginal douching too can predispose you to having cancers of the reproductive tract. Then I've mentioned before that we should take healthy diet. Then go for routine check. Visit your facility, visit your physician. Just go for routine check, because if there's anything in your body that is not right, it will be detected on time. Remember that early detection can aid early treatment and you get the cure that you need. We have said that cancer cells replicate uncontrollably and cause damage to the organ and surrounding tissues. We have looked at the signs and symptoms of cancer, what causes cancer, and how we can prevent ourselves from coming down with cancer. I hope you have found this video beneficial. If you have, do not forget to give us a thumbs up, and don't forget to share this video with your loved ones. I am Sister Ozo Augusta, and it is still World Cancer Day. Get enlightened, get aware, stay out of cancer disease. I remain your nurse midwife. Keep following us on BhodyGist, where we keep giving you healthy gist.